My name is Alexandra Cousteau, and we are in the midst of a 14,500-mile journey across North America investigating water issues. It's a project called Expedition Blue Planet. We've partnered with National Geographic, Mother Nature Network, Royal Bank of Canada, and others to tell stories about water in communities across the country. So we've started out looking at the Colorado River, and actually started at the headwaters and went all the way to where the river no longer meets the sea, talking a lot about how this river is overallocated, where that water goes, and what happens when a river doesn't meet the sea. How does that impact the ocean and marine ecosystems? We're here now in the Gulf of Mexico looking at quality of water, our impacts on water through the lens of our carbon culture, and how this oil spill has been affecting communities in this region. And from here we're moving on up to the Great Lakes, into Canada, and down into the Chesapeake Bay. And we'll be looking at the systems that keep our water in balance and help regulate both the quality and quantity of our water. So we're inviting people to be part of the conversation about three main things, actually. One, we want people to understand water management and how we regulate the quantity of water that we need for our societies, for our agriculture, and for the environment, actually. The other one is our impacts on water, water quality, and the third one is the systems that keep it all in balance. And so we're looking at these four locations that tell global stories in the context of North America. Our hope is, in all of this, that people will be part of the conversation with us, that they'll go online, they'll read our blogs, they'll see the photos, they'll watch the videos, they'll share them with their friends and families across social networking sites, and they'll have conversations with each other about them. So that's really the purpose of this. And then the other purpose, and what we're doing here today in Mobile, is really engaging people to think about the local water heroes that exist in each community and that are working so hard to protect local watersheds, local systems, local aquatic species, local deltas and rivers and coastal areas. And we're shining a spotlight on them, helping raise funds for them, helping tell their story, and helping them really communicate the importance of participation in these projects, of whether it's coastal habitat restoration or riverine restoration or cleanups or fundraising, taking care of what's happening in our own backyards is really important, because the truth is, every year in the United States there is one Deepwater Horizon spill happening through stormwater runoff throughout the country. And so we are polluting our waterways significantly. It's just happening slowly and over time, not in one big fell swoop like it did here with the spill. But it is something to consider as we think about the impacts that we have on our own communities. And I'm hoping that through this project, people will be encouraged to participate. We've seen significant damage to the living resources of the Gulf, but also significant damage to the communities. Ways of life have been lost, and people who have a quality of life, a culture, an identity that has been passed on from one generation to the next, that they want to pass on to their children. Much of that has been endangered, and what we keep hearing over and over again is the fear of the unknown. What's going to happen now? It's not like a hurricane where people can just pick up and start rebuilding. This is something very different. This is environmental degradation at an extreme level, and so I have great concern for the communities that we've spent time with last year and this year, because they are wonderful people, and they've lost a lot. And my hope is that people won't forget about this and move on, that they will continue to support the Gulf states, either by coming down here, by funding local waterkeeper organizations. There's a lot that we need to do to continue to restore this area and get it back to the vibrant, productive ecosystem we all want and need it to be.